Welcome to Ikenai Kanojo no Otetsudai, Chapter 8.
No et tu, Brute? That's almost what it sounded like you were saying.
Well, you need to check your hearing before you wreck your hearing. Check before wreck. That's what I always say.
Indeed, yeah, beautiful. And what I always say is, I went to reread this chapter to take some notes of, stuff worth pointing out. And I immediately, my day was ruined and I wanted to kill myself. It was a typo, yeah. Reen Kanan instead of Chan. I don't know how I only saw that after I published it, because I had read that bubble like 3-4 times during all my proofreads and such. It's just one of those things, man. Really gets the suicide genes flowing.
Which bubble are you talking about?
You see that in
The middle?
it's the second middle, yeah, or it's the middle on the right.
Yeah. That's Chan.
Really, on
Right?
my computer, it's an N instead of an H.
I don't think you could tell if you're looking like that just because of the art style of the font. I think you're good. I think you're safe.
It clearly looks like an N to me, but I don't know. Maybe
It looks like a lowercase H.
Well,
I
look at the
honestly
word
think
here at the bottom of that sentence.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think anybody's ever gonna
Yeah.
notice that because it's still got a really pronounced
All
top.
right, let's place bets now. I have not seen the comments in advance, but I bet you somebody calls it out.
All right, well, we'll see.
We'll see.
I bet
We'll
they
see.
don't.
All right, I hope you're right.
So we start off our chapter out. We've got the lovely lavatory, Hanako-san. Did we use that title before?
Yeah, and I remember you complaining because you like Hanako of the toilet.
Yeah, well, that's her name. That's what everybody knows her
Well,
as.
I didn't know that at the time when I first went with Lady Lavatory. I decided to not go with that
Fix
this
it.
time. Yeah, well, I don't know if I would say fix. Honestly, I think Hanako of the toilet sounds really stupid. I understand that's like the familiar thing apparently, but it does sound really stupid. You have to agree with that. It sounds very like broken English.
All right, so they're looking for Rin-chan here. We don't know where she's gone.
Nope.
And all of his friends now are kind of in a thing.
So I really enjoyed this emotion, and due to my autism, I can only assume that I can read the emotion, but who can say for sure? On the top left here, where she's like really nervous, I'm taking that to mean like she's very scared of the prospect that Rin-chan had like crossed over basically, and she's like trying to convince herself
Because she's not going to get any more bathwater.
Yeah, exactly. She's like trying to like convince herself. It's like no, there's no way she would have passed over.
Your autism is flaring down because yes,
Nice.
I think that's pretty accurate.
Right on the money. There were a few times like in this chapter I was like, what did they mean by this unironically?
Before we go to the next page, I just like the little head low poly model in the very bottom of Mouth Girl.
Yep. That's her name.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yep, this was probably my favorite page to scan late. There was a lot going on here and it was really rewarding to clean it and get all the typesetting. And I think I really nailed the translations too.
I think so too. There's no typos in this one or anything.
Yeah. I didn't mess it up somehow. That's great. So this was something cool, and this explains, like, this answers a question that we had earlier. Like, how did she go to the store? How did she see movies in a movie theater when she's bound to her school? And this diagram fully explains it.
Finally, the deepest lore.
I did read this whole manga before picking it up. You would think I wouldn't have known this, right? Except I don't look at the pictures, so I just completely missed it. So now everything makes sense to me. It's all coming together. I've seen the light.
I don't know exactly what this expression is here. I think she just stubbed her toe.
What, the top right?
Yeah.
No, I think it's like elation. It's like, whoa. That's how I interpreted it.
No, I know. I was making a joke.
Oh, well, there it is.
And then we can see she just smashes into the side of the wall. I was gonna think it was kind of like a more subtle, like a current pushing you back, but apparently it's just a flat wall. Like, boom, you just hit
that's
it.
Brutal.
That's like straight out of a video game. The more friends S links you get, the bigger the map is. It's just completely glass wall.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they shot nukes at the glass dome that encompasses the Earth, and they couldn't break it. Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, now we're gonna get a town tour, and apparently Hanako has turned invisible in this third panel.
Yeah, so I think that's to illustrate that she's a ghost, and that's how other people would see this.
Any idiot can see a dotted line.
Yep. Good old Rugrats.
And here we have a new character. We have the shady looking
Bluetooth guy. That's what I call him. Yeah, I don't think he's a new character.
No,
It's interesting to me though that Hanako doesn't know what like headsets are. You would think that she would have kind of had some kind of exposure to that kind of technology since she's like in the girls' bathroom all day every day. I know that like high school girls won't wear Bluetooth headsets in particular, but they've got like phones and stuff. I don't know. It seemed a little bit weird.
And of course, the stereotypical floating object from a ghost. You think I see how the cashier's freaked out, but you think it'd be like more like, whoa.
Yeah, I'd be more than just like, question marks. I'd be freaking out, like running from there.
Well, the Japanese are very reserved emotionally, and they don't want to cause a scene.
I would be, and this might get us kicked off YouTube, so you can edit this out if you think so, but I would be like black people watching Street Magic.
Oh, that's the best. Watch them react to David Blaine. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I would be if I saw that book floating. All right, and here we have it. My least favorite page in the entire manga thus far.
Oh, this is big.
No, it's not big. It's just, and I shouldn't even draw attention to this because it's a shame point, a point of shame for me. This top left here, I have no idea what they were talking about. She's saying something like, talking about the fairy island. What the heck is the fairy island? I don't know. They're reading a manga. Maybe that's related to some kind of manga. So I do a search for the term, and I can only see a couple like weird blog posts talking about Berserk.
Yeah, I vaguely remember there's a fairy island in Berserk, and she's reading manga, so I think they're talking about the manga. They're trying to bring it popular.
That's my guess too. And the worst part about this is that there was a verb in that sentence that the kanji's like handwritten, and I couldn't for the life of me decipher it. I felt like such a dummy, even using like sites where it's like you can break it down by little radicals, like the lines that comprise the kanji. I couldn't figure it out, so I'm like, what the heck is this? It looked kind of like the kanji for far, like far away. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe she's saying like, oh, the fairy island was far away, and in Berserk, I believe that's where they were heading on the like 7-year boat ride. So I can only assume that they were talking about something like that. So
we've seen in the past chapters where the author will make reference to popular manga or like pop culture. Well, so
even on the previous page, they talk about Kochikame, that police box one that ran for like 20 years in Jump.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, I think they made a reference to Fairy Tail, but I didn't quite understand it, so I left it out.
So we see they're going to order dumplings or something.
Yeah, who knows? Obanyaki? I don't know. That's just some kind of food.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm going to order 3, but Hanako is like, hey, it's cheaper to get a bulk deal. Now, will that come back to bite her in the future? Tune in on next episode to find out.
No, it won't actually. But we'll see.
Ooh, we're getting lewd here. This is the first time a boy has bought me something to eat. Thank you. Ooh, it's getting hot and heavy in here. They're basically married right now.
Yeah, they are. In fact, this is no, I've got nothing. Never mind. Oh, when you said when you said that this is getting lewd, I thought you were going to mention like the bottom right panel, like that expression. I don't know exactly how that's lewd, but you could pretend it is pretty easily.
Well, if we've got a bathwater girl doing some lewd things, this can probably be similar. And it didn't come back to bite Hanako, but it did bite Rinko. As you can see, she had the mustard flavor. I don't get it. What kind of thing do you buy that both has a custard and a mustard flavor?
Hey, man, all I can say is sometimes you bite the obanyaki, and sometimes the obanyaki bites back. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to bring that up, too. I like, is it filled with mustard? I don't know. Is it like mustard seed flavor, which is kind of different from mustard, right? In terms of actual flavors.
Do they have like,
is it spicy?
Savory flavored mochi?
Man, I don't think so, but I wouldn't doubt it.
Like you could do a crepe, you can do a sweet or a savory crepe. Maybe.
Well, even these are sweet, like custard, and they have shoot, what are they called? Oh man, what are those like pork bun type things called?
Bao.
No. They're filled with either like bean paste or like meat.
I just know the Chinese.
Well, whatever. Yeah, whatever. We'll skip it. Your answer will not change the way that I handle this, but I'm just curious if you can justify or help me justify in my mind my decision here. So I left these signs untranslated. I assume you know enough to understand that like the first one is like a shopping district type thing, and then the second's a park. Did that seem like clear enough to you?
Well, I can just tell that by the background. I
That's
think
what
it's
I
fine
mean.
to leave.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the art. You shouldn't have to go through and change that.
Right.
You don't have to. Shouldn't have to like redraw full panels.
I did with the bookstore a few pages back. I did change that like sign a little bit to add the word bookstore.
Ah,
So
yes, I
like
see that.
I did make a concession there, and sometimes I do signs like in the park one on the bottom panel.
Hmm.
Like
I
I
think
think
if
I
it's
did the
just
school
normal
name.
text, that's fine. But when it's
Yeah.
like 3D indented part of the actual sign,
Right.
I think it's fine.
That would be a good time for like a translator note, but
Yes,
I think since I one time said I'm against them, I'm now contractually obligated to never
I
use
see
them.
that you've kind of dug your feet into the
Yeah.
sand here for that.
Yeah. What choice do I have? I'm stuck now. All right, and here's another question of like, did this come across right? So this exchange here where Rinko's talking about like, oh yeah, look at all the different people here. There's so many different kinds of people here. Yohei's like, yeah, I wasn't allowed to come here as a kid. And he's like, precisely because of that, because there's a lot of people here. Like, did that come across where I'm trying to say like, because there's a lot of weirdos here potentially?
Hmm. I don't know if specifically. The I don't know that. I could see like just stranger danger, but I didn't get the
Right.
fact that it was like weird people.
Well, I don't even know if it's necessarily weird people, but I think stranger danger itself does imply that.
You could have said it's precisely because there are those types of people here. That would have been much more
Those
specific.
people? What do you mean those people? Yeah, I could have. I don't know. But nobody in the panel looked like those kind of people, like suspicious people. So I don't know. It is what it is. I kind of struggled writing that line, and I rewrote it a few times. But ultimately, you have to pick on something, or you have to select something.
And here's the actual new character. I punked you with the first Bluetooth headset man.
Actually, if you scroll back, this is the same guy.
Is it? All right, so I was correct.
Nope, I punked you.
All right, well, guess what? I'm editing that out.
You can't do that. But yeah, this is
I see you translated
Reagan
this.
from what's his name, from Mob Psycho.
I see you translated this sign, this banner.
Yeah, only in one panel
Yeah.
because it's a mess. I didn't want to deal with it.
See, it's kind of weird when it looks like that. You could have turned it on its side or done a
Yeah,
vertical
I
thing.
could have done a lot of things. I'm not happy with how that turned out.
Just put a translator note places.
No, that's fine. This is fine. It's perfect.
Okay,
It's
this is
beautiful. It's
fine.
art. I don't know what you're
Everything is
talking about.
fine.
My mom printed it out and put it on the fridge. I think it's perfect.
All right, so what do you think about this for picking up girls? You try and do like palm readings in the park. You think that'll work?
I think it worked for this guy, right? I mean, he's now successful and married to that girl.
Basically, look, he's just put a ring on her finger right
Yep.
there in that panel.
Yep, she's blushing as he grabs her hand. Perfect.
Exactly. So this guy is clearly not very good at his job, or he's just using it to grift. He's not actually seeing ghosts because there are no ghosts over there,
Yeah.
as pointed out by the actual ghosts. And
So
it takes one to know one.
So okay, let me ask you this again. This was one of the first pages somehow that I like translated, or like this was an early on thing in the scanlation process that I sent you this top right panel, and I said, "I am the best guy around. I am a genius. This pun is so good," and you didn't get it because there was a lack of context. What do you think now that you're revisiting it?
Okay, so he's like, there's no spirit over there, right? And he's like, nope, not a soul.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's a soul as in the saying, and soul as in like a ghost soul.
Yeah. See, I think that's awesome. I think it's perfect. It's the best. Hire me, Nintendo, to be your official translator.
I think it's good, and I think it works, but I think it's gonna go over some people's heads just because it's just such a common.
Yeah,
I don't
it is. Well, I mean, people don't have to get it as a pun. It works. It's perfectly serviceable as a normal response.
Yeah, and I think that's
But like,
that's
if you're like
credit
if you're a
translate.
universe brain, then you can pick it up and you're like, wow, this is like a mastery of English that's unprecedented in all of human history.
And very true, and that's why people just absolutely love and clamor for this series because they get to become a galaxy brain themselves just by being exposed to our magnanimous selves.
Yeah, I mean, they don't care about the characters. They don't care about the setting. They only care about the translation. That's really what it comes down to at the end
That's
of the
true. That's
day.
why we're all here.
Yep. To like unsarcastically talk about like the translation and stuff again. I had a lot of fun with this guy's voice too, writing him, Danma, the psychic guy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really like get into it. I didn't think about it much, but just like some of the word choice I used, I wish I had like really solid examples. But I did a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, I'm sensing something over there. You know, like I tried to think like a fraud psychic would, like how they would talk.
You got to read some Mob Psycho for that.
Yeah, well, I don't. Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say you're selling Reagan short, but he's pretty bad.
Well, he is that, but he's also an amazing character. So you get
Yeah,
both.
yeah. I mean, this guy's okay. He's just not Reagan in terms of
Yeah.
amazing characters.
Ooh, and he was able to correctly guess that the ghost was wearing a school uniform.
Yes.
So he does have some sort of power.
Right, yeah. I think probably more than any normal human would, but nothing like Yohei tier.
No, but I mean, he was able to discern that she's very bad and very perverted spirit. So
Yeah.
that's pretty accurate.
And in fact, like what's on her face right now, on Hanako's face?
It's
That
her
mark.
killing intent.
Well,
It's like a shine. It's like a
okay. I see. I didn't know because he's like saying that she's like a perverted bathroom ghost, right? Did she just come from the bathroom?
maybe.
Is that maybe what's on around her mouth? I don't know. I'm only speculating here. And when she left earlier and she said, "I'm gonna go pick some flowers," was that a euphemism or something?
I don't know, but we do see the bathroom in the background of the panel
Yeah.
before on the second page. So
Yeah.
we don't know. She's got some stuff all over her mouth. Who knows?
I don't know. I unironically don't know.
And then I, of course, like this product placement. A lot of people don't know, but we're sponsored by Tasty Spirit Water. So we're contractually obliged to put their little plug in somewhere
Yep.
in every chapter.
Big water really keeps the lights running around here. Lights don't run. they keep the lights on around here. Yeah, I don't know why it said tasty spirit water, but you know, it says it. Scans it. I scanlates it. But on that panel, actually, what do you think about this one where he's like, it only takes one sprit, he's gonna say, and then he hit? I don't know. It was kind of a messy thing to do.
Yeah, there's really no way to do that, I would think, but I think it was handled all right.
Yeah, I kind of unintentionally kind of fell into that too, and I decided to keep it.
You could have done like a hyphen there with in front of the hit would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, I probably could have. I did it, the double dash after sprint, like to indicate he's getting cut off. So at least it's halfway there.
All right, kids, don't smoke. It's not good for you.
Actually, he used to be able to see ghosts, but then he smoked and he lost his ability. True story.
But then he got high.
Yep.
He was gonna water
Don't
his
jewel,
boat.
kids.
Don't jewel. Stay in school.
It's not cool to jewel in school.
You fool.
Ooh, nice.
'Cause I rule. Ha ha.
Oh man, I don't think any kid who hears that will be jeweling
Never.
anytime soon.
No. What's going on in this panel?
So I think they're trying to test if he can actually see ghosts and like the limit of his abilities.
Ah, okay.
So
I see.
Rinko's like making a number and Yohi's pointing to it. I swear this was like a gag done in like Yu Yu Hakusho or something. It seems so familiar.
He looks like a Yu Yu Hakusho character.
Or maybe it was like maybe it was the work by or the other work by that guy, Hunter x Hunter, where like they're like
I think
learning
that
their
is
nen or something.
that's a Hunter x Hunter reference. I'm almost sure.
Yeah, it feels like it.
And then of course I like the little low poly chibi ghost girls right here.
I like how even Hanako and the little chibi things like flipping him off. Yeah, you can get a lot of detail with these, surprisingly.
Ooh, I've never had such a fun time before. Thank you, Yohai-kun, Hanako-chan. My heart's beating like
You
crazy.
will never have a ghost girl.
I know.
Looking at you like that, yeah.
And look at her actual heart. It's like literally popping out.
Yeah.
Just like in a cartoon.
Just like in my Chinese mangas.
In my Chinese basket weaving. Let's see. Oh, and now we see Kazuma has come to the rooftop.
Which, I don't know how he found the school. I guess he tracked them the whole way.
He just followed him, yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty creepy, I guess, or it would be to an outside observer.
But here he's going to come and he's going to dismantle the ghosts. He's going to exorcise her.
Yep.
And you see the chilling conclusion next time on next episode of Dragon Ball Z. We've got the thing right about to hit Rinko in the face. Will she survive? Oh, but next page.
No, she's already dead.
Oh, but he can't quite see her. I mean, he's got a pretty good resolution for it. It just looks like he needs glasses. But
yeah,
I mean,
no
if
kidding.
he can see that much, he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, like that's enough to see a forehead.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But apparently he has magic holy water eye drops.
I can only assume those are normal eye drops, but it is possible he's got a lot of like gadgets like that, so they could be like magically imbued somehow, or at least allegedly. Look at this top left panel here. What she's doing with her hands. Isn't that kind of like what those like Jiangxi or whatever those like Chinese zombies are called? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. No, I'm not entirely sure. Somebody leave it in the comment. Somebody link me.
So there's like a Darkstalkers character who's like that, or I think my main exposure to them as a child was in Shaman King. There's like an early chapter with them. They have like that talisman on their forehead, and then they get turned into zombies or something like that. I forgot exactly how it works.
Well, instead of a talisman on her forehead, it looks like it just rolled up into her hair.
I know, and I don't know how it rolled up like that.
Have you seen? There was a meme going around for a long time ago, where people would put corn cobs on a drill and then eat it.
Yes.
And then some Korean girl was doing it, and it caught her hair and ripped the whole the whole crown of her hair off.
No, I didn't see that. I thought people lost teeth. I thought that was the extent of the damage.
Some people did, but this girl lost like the whole front of her hair. It was crazy. And it came off so clean. It didn't look like the scalp was ripped off. It looked like someone had just shaved her. It was crazy.
Ooh, that's almost creepy. I would expect like some skin loss or something. But back to that top left. This is the secret reference to, I think, Fairy Tale. She's like, oh, so we're playing pretend to be like we're pretending to be such and such, some term. And when I looked it up, Fairy Tale wikis popped up, and I was like, I'm not gonna mess with this. I'll research some trash out there. I'll research Berserk, not to call it trash. But it's like I'm not gonna research Fairy Tale. I'm sorry. Even I have my limits. I don't know. It looks like a One Piece ripoff.
I mean, I think it's drawn by the same. Like he was like the protege of Oda.
Yeah, I think he was like an assistant. I think I heard that one time. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems like one of those shonen shows where it's like I was too old to get into it at the time, so I don't even have nostalgia. Like maybe one day I could go back and rewatch like Naruto or something. But
when you get the nostalgic, then you're like, back in my day, we had ninjas and ninjutsu. You know what's kind of like Fairy Tale, and I get the same vibe from, is Black Clover, which is actually a really good manga. Is actually really good.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I might watch the anime.
I mean, I never advise to watch anime when you can read manga, but
it's so superior, dude. It's so superior.
Hanako was hoping for some more role playing.
I did not interpret it in that way, but I guess you could.
And of course, we've still got the scroll rolled up into poor Rinko's hair.
But it's a grifting technique, so it's impressive.
So she's so excited that she gets to learn how to scam people.
I don't exactly know. I think she's just like impressed.
She just wants more friends, even the grifters.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna grift her way into some friends.
Whoa, dude! And then I just like at the end, he's like, I have no idea what's going on.
That's fair. I don't either, and
yeah.
I don't know if any other past.
That's how you live life too, man. Like when you have no idea what's going on, you just run.
You know what they say, YOLO.
That's true. They do say that in 2015. No, not even like 2012.
And then we see continued in volume 2. So this is the end of volume 1.
Yeah.
It has been a very good volume with lots of views and lots of comments and lots of cool. But luckily, you don't have to wait for like the volume. Like I feel like in between volumes is like normally a hiatus. Do you think that's true for most manga?
I think it will be announcing now. I'm going on a 10-month hiatus. Well, in terms of volume releases, yes. Most manga are still like weekly, but then it takes like months and months for like a volume compilation to come out.
Well, luckily we've got a bunch of raws for the next few chapters, so we'll be
for the next every chapter. I mean, it's completed manga. Yep.
Well, don't tell people that it's completed because then they'll be like, "Oh, I want to." Like, I feel like some people get weird if they know it's completed but it's not out yet, because I don't know.
The weight or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand that, and I think I've seen similar sentiments before in the comments. I don't know. People are weird. They're not exactly like me, so I just can't understand.
And we have this beautiful table of contents at the back.
Yeah, I probably could have removed it. I don't know. I
That's
just left
fine.
it
People
in.
like it. It gives it more of a feeling of an official manga. And
Yeah,
then
that's
we're
what I
coming
felt
up
like
here
too.
to the end page where it says, "Be gone, thought."
Yeah, so I don't know. It just got
It's pretty good.
inspired.
I like that one.
Yeah, I thought
I
it was pretty
suggested
good.
a few, but I think this one's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
just like spraying a cat, which is how you deal with thoughts. So it's perfect.
Yep. And she is kind of a thought. I mean, maybe not in the traditional sense, but she's got same energy.
She's a type of thought.
Yeah, she's got thought energy for sure.
Well, let's pull up the comments now. It's everybody's favorite part.
You gotta scroll all the way down, by the way,
Yep.
just to get them. Okay.
Give me RSS, please, said Custard to Mustard. What minion of Satan does this? Yes, I agree. I think we had that talk. It's like, what? Why would you?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But yeah.
No, I don't either. And I didn't even get that they rhymed until just now. I didn't pick up on that. That's kind of interesting.
Virtue says page 17 remind me of Hunter x Hunter. Yes,
Boom.
so I think
that's it. We got it, dude.
correct.
We cracked the case.
Abu Harjar says, where the JK bathwater at Hanako Slurp. Uria keeps my skin fresh. Hanako Slurp. Yes.
I assume that's some adaptation of a rap lyric.
And then he did a lot of work to make a transparent image macro of Hanako.
Yeah.
So
big props to Abu Hajar. We'll just save that for later.
Aiden says, good stuff. If you want to keep up to date with releases and all the behind the scenes Eche Ghost moments, check the channel. Wow. What a great comment.
What a super fan. What a great guy.
I know.
Probably very handsome.
Timberland says, this was a good chapter. Yes, I agree. Starburst 98 says, nice. I hope he becomes more than friends with her. Ooh, with who? I don't know. He can have Hanako.
Hey, watch it. Yeah.
Where?
We
can't have NTR ghosts.
I'm the only old man who I want getting with cute ghost girls, okay? I don't want any other old men getting in on that.
Etronic says, someone once gave me Vegemite and called it Nutella. If I had the chance, I would send that person to the gulag. Vegemite is probably the most disgusting thing humanity has ever made. Everyone involved with making it should be sent to the gulag as well. So,
is it really that bad?
It's definitely an acquired taste.
I thought it was like peanut butter.
Pointless Ghost says, P-Girl strikes again and MC and friends used a secret Joestar technique. I wonder if the spirit reading guy will eventually become friends with Rinko-san. Also made a color version of this chapter's panels. I've never had such a fun
high effort, dude.
It is. That's good stuff. That's really good. You should come color all of them. And this is the based user who has Rinko as the avatar. So this guy's good. He's okay in my book.
This guy makes me want to Scanlate at a decent pace instead of the slow pace I've been going at.
Well, let's get one out a week. Let's work on that first.
Yeah, I know. Back to the original pace, what it should have been.
Icarus Hector says, not gonna lie, I thought his bottle of Spirit Be Gone was more specific to Hanako, her preferred beverage, if you will, in order to pacify her. Turns out Danma is less of a creep than I thought. And he wouldn't know right off the bat like what her kryptonite is.
Yeah, but I can't blame this guy for thinking this way, because this manga has a lot of questionable moments like that.
Aho de Gozamaru, I can't pronounce that. Hanako, the last boss, the thought that doesn't breathe. Yes, very true.
I keep watching this guy's avatar.
Yeah, it's good. Randomizer says it was just homeopathic pee. Yes. Yes. Excellent.
Yeah. Yep.
Constant Erasing says, never expected a Hunter x Hunter reference in this kind of series. I didn't either, but, we see back, there were 2 different references to 2 different mangas in this chapter alone.
Potentially 4, actually.
Yeah, and if you go back, there's, actually a few throughout the thing, so maybe not Hunter specifically, but he does do a lot of reference. And that is going to wrap it up for this week's comments. Thank you guys for listening and reading and watching and breathing and all of the many thousands of dollars we make every week on the Patreon and the YouTube ads. So we just want to thank you for that.
Yeah, and as they say in Japan, Ohayo gozaimasu.
Itadakimasu.